Let me get these rice grains out my mouth.
The recording's in progress.
Hey, whatever. It's not a part of this show, so
Oh
I'm fine.
man. All right. And three. Am I doing her bio? You doing her bio?
No, you remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. And three, two, one, action. All right. Good afternoon, friends. Welcome back to another episode of Figure It Out Podcast, where we go through the winding rivers of life. On today's episode, we will have the lovely Linda Boyd, and I'm going to read you a little bit about her. Good afternoon, Miss Boyd. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Mama Sita Tish, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Andrew, how are you? I'm doing fine. Thank you so very, very, very much. All right, so a little bit about Miss Boyd. She was born and raised in Northwest Philadelphia. That's where I'm from, y'all. And she spent her childhood summers in Richmond, Virginia, because her parents were both from the South. And they moved up there to start their family. Her education included attending LaSalle University for computer science studies and the Eastern University for her Bachelor's of the Arts in Organizational Behavior and obtaining her Master's of Business Administration, her MBA, at the University of Delaware. Her career over the past 40 plus years, and ladies, she looks 30, so 40 plus years is outrageous, but okay. I'm sticking with the script. She worked in information technology, computer science, ending her career as an executive director for architectural engagement. She lived in multiple states and countries and has opened her world to diversity of people and such things as Southern California, Manchester, England, and she spent time in Gothenburg, Sweden. Oh, that's awesome. She loves to travel to the Caribbean islands, Madrid, Spain, Paris, France, also Norway, and Montreal and Toronto, Canada. Her life has been interesting, enlightening, and very meaningful in shaping who she is as a person and living through her 3 marriages and long-term soulmate relationship. So I'm gonna love that because I am the romantic of the two of us. I love relationships. I know it's soulmates out there. I know it's going down. And my compadre here, Miss Tish, she's all for like, nah, love ain't for me. So like, this is gonna be interesting, having this dynamic of 3 of us here. But Mr. Bo, welcome to the show. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you for being here. Well, see, Andrew, remember on our last episode when we were talking about love, I said I knew somebody who's been married a few times.
Yes.
Bing, bang, boom. Here they are. So now this is just a continuation.
Okay, part 2. I'm with it. Part two.
Right. So, you're very well traveled.
Yes.
From what we read. I'm curious, how did that start?
It started with my career that I started in computer science. And I was always in the pharmaceutical industry, and these companies are global. So, in doing that, that allowed me to travel to a lot of places that I would not normally go. But other than that, I guess for the last 25 years, I've been going to the Caribbean. I think I've been to every Caribbean island that exists. I go to St. Croix, which is a U.S. Virgin Island, every year in March for about 3 weeks to a month. I've been doing that for 25 years as well. And in one of my marriages, on my honeymoon, I went to Paris, and I love London. I've been there many, many times. And so Sweden is a very interesting country and culture. And from working, I was traveling there all the time, as well as England. And I got to go to Oslo, Norway, which is very cold. It's a Scandinavian country, and it's very cold. And it's not like favorite. So my experience there was go there for a conference. And on the conference, they took us on a Viking ship for dinner, which was horrible because the boat leaked the whole time.
The boat leaked?
So it was very damp and cold. So it was not a nice experience, but I got to see Oslo and the food and the people. And so it was different. It just opens you up to a lot of feelings and emotions that you really would never get if you isolate yourself in the United States.
That's actually so true because I do martial arts, so I travel all over for competitions, so like Canada, Korea, Argentina, all over the Caribbean, all over the States, and like so I understand because like when you meet these people and like it is not just America. You're experiencing cultures and how they act and like what their values are versus your values, their beliefs versus your. It's just amazing. It definitely opens you up. And I'm actually like, that's kind of like this segue into like relationships because like I feel as though a lot of people like in Philadelphia, like I said, like, we're gonna use Philadelphia for real quick. So like in Philadelphia, some people don't leave their block, let alone their neighborhood, let alone the city. So their pool of finding that significant other or that soulmate or whatever the case may be is kind of, I call it slim because by the time you guys go through grade school, go through college, or like go through schooling, like y'all done dated everybody because y'all are from the same neighborhood. So at least when you go to college, you meet another person from another state or get an exchange student from another country, just to spice it up a little bit, So, all right. So given that scenario there, so like, can we talk about relationships and like, like how you kind of started out, like how did the marriages go? And then I guess graduate to the soulmate aspect of the relationship. So I'm pretty sure if you got married, I'm pretty sure love was there and it's like something sparked there that you walked down the aisle. But so like some people say they're not going to do it once, let alone 3 times. Like my mom see Tish here, so I just want to see. I only want to do it once. I haven't been married yet. I want to do it one time. I'm 36 now. I want to have like that 50th year anniversary and stuff like that. So like I'm trying to figure out how to get there. So
you think you're gonna live to 80 something?
Tish, don't do it.
You think you're gonna live till 90?
Oh, listen, I already know. Like I'm gonna live to 97. 97.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Your clock is
I take good care of myself, y'all.
Your clock is ticking to hit that 50 year. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying.
I'm looking. Anyway. All right, so Miss Boyd.
Yeah, so speaking of Philadelphia, born and raised there, and you're correct. Your sphere of eligible people around you, you do connect to them. And so in high school, I met my first husband. We got married at 20. So he was my high school sweetheart.
Okay.
And, we got married, and then he, I guess, cheated on me.
Oh.
In the marriage.
Oh.
And then he joined the Navy. And so that took him to California. So because I was his wife at the time, and he wanted our marriage to come back together, he said, you have to come to California where I'm at and be with me. Now, I love this guy, my first love. We were together. We lived like blocks apart, that whole scenario. So I went to Southern California. He was stationed in San Diego.
Okay.
And I went to visit, and I'm an East Coast girl, and I didn't like it. So I came back, and I thought that I could start proceedings, put my love for him aside because he did something that hurt me really bad. So I had to balance that out, right? You can't be stupid in love. You just have, if he did it once, he'll do it again.
Preach.
Yes. So
preach. I'm a guy saying preach. So like, I was raised by my mom. Like I'm like the perfect man. My mom raised me like to make somebody very happy one day. But preach, sister, preach. I'm listening. I'm listening.
No such thing as a perfect man. Sorry.
Hey, listen. I got my flaws, but they're not somebody else's
then.
flaws.
So you're not perfect. Haha.
Listen.
No one is perfect. And just remember, when you're young, we were 20. People make mistakes because they don't understand. They don't understand what it is when you really hurt someone and you feel as though you love, which I'm sure he loved me, but the lust took over. He's a young man, right? So it is what it is. But I didn't know that when you go in the military and you're out to sea, he's in the Navy, you can't divorce them. So it took me about, 10 years.
Oh, wow.
To finally get divorced from him, where they considered him on land and not at sea, or going out to sea because it's supposed to be psychological. I don't know. But I didn't want to stay, some people marry people and never divorce them.
Mm-hmm.
I never wanted to have that connection to me because you think you can have some kind of control over who I am because legally in the law I'm connected to you. No. So I was persistent in getting my divorce from him.
Okay.
Okay.
He was devastated. You know, you learn lessons learned. You know, there are other people in the world. I'm not the only person in the world. And, you know, when you love someone, you carry that love with you for the rest of your life because you know why you fell in love with them,
Right.
what it was about them that you loved. But you have to move on if the situation and the circumstances aren't good for you. That's how I feel.
Right.
So that was my first marriage, and we were connected by families and everything. It was just too much part of me. So, and then I met my second husband through a girlfriend, and we still in Philly. We in Germantown. Me and her went to Germantown High. She's like, I got this brother. He was a good looking man. And I kind of think I went for him because he was nice, good looking, and quiet, dressed really nice, like a Philly guy.
Yeah.
But I don't think I had that, and this is what happens, that kind of deep love for him that I had for my first husband.
Okay.
It was like, you know, he wanted to get married.
Right. So then why did you get married?
Well, I met my soulmate before I married him, and I thought I was going to be with that person.
Okay.
And I was actually engaged to that person, that gentleman. And he decided that he was going to go back to his previous girlfriend who had broke up with him, but he felt as though that was where his heart was. So he needed to go back. He didn't want to have any regrets. So he broke off our engagement. And so here was this other guy who was hanging in the wings, kind of. And I was heartbroken. I was devastated. So it did take, you know, a few years. This is not something that just happened right away when the engagement broke off, but I think it was 4 years or so until I became engaged to this nice looking man and decided to get married to him. And it was funny because when I was in the church, my dad took me to the church to marry this gentleman. And my dad is saying, men read men. And my dad is saying, this is not the guy for you. We should just get back in the limousine. All these people in the church, we don't care about these people. That guy is not the guy for you. And actually, I married him, and 7 years later, I left him. He's a funny guy. I left him. He was left-handed.
Okay.
He took all my left shoes, right?
What?
And when, you know, his negotiating point was, if you come back, I'll give you back all your left shoes, right? You know, I'm young and I was in my early 30s. And I'm saying, no, you take the right shoes and you take the left and the right. Sell all them, give them the goodwill, do it. I can buy shoes. This is not going to happen. Right.
Right.
So he just didn't turn out to be, he was a nice looking man. But he wasn't a go-getter. He wasn't that kind of guy that I thought, which my dad saw that I needed or, you know, should have.
Right.
So I was single. I did divorce him, even though how nice he was. My love for him was not that kind of love that was like, oh, let's work this out.
Okay. So when you left him, because it didn't seem like he did anything to you or he just didn't do it for you. He didn't give you those butterflies, as some would say, and wasn't providing.
Right. I mean, yeah. all you have to remember or feel as though when you love someone, when you love them truly, they come in a room, you light up.
Mm-hmm.
You feel them when they're close by you, and you always want to have that feeling. So that's how you know when you meet your soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
Like they may have, everybody has faults. Everybody has, right? So you have to accept the things that you can't change and deal with them because you love this person. So you're willing to take what comes with them. And if that person loves you the same way, it just works itself out because you're going to have your faults too. You're not going to like everything about them all the time.
Right.
As long as you're able to communicate, share your emotions, your deepest feelings with that person, then that gives you that connection. So all this time, I got husband number one, working on husband number two. This soulmate guy is there, always there.
Mm.
We're not, he gets married, and I'm devastated, like, oh, well, there's no chance for me. And now I'm in my late 30s, probably early 40s. And I went to California for a conference. And me and some friends went out for dinner. And this guy comes in the restaurant and plops himself down at our booth. I ended up marrying that guy like 5 years later.
He said, I'm going to take a chance. Sit down.
Yeah.
Hey, girl.
Because at this point, my soulmate was married, family. And, nothing is perfect, but he wasn't going to, say, divorce his wife and then be able to be with someone else. So I'm the kind of woman, if I'm going to be with you and give you my heart, which the soulmate guy had my heart for all these years, then I'm not just going to be with you. We should just make it legal, right? So I've divorced the second guy who threatened my lawyer. And the lawyer's like, I don't know what to do with this guy. I said, well, I'm just going to I had moved to California to get away from my second husband.
Wow.
Because he was a little put on all black and hide behind the tree guy.
Oh.
Unstable.
Around, yeah. He had insecurities, which he shouldn't have. But hey,
Clearly.
do what they do. So when I moved to California, then I was able to step outside of Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawyer was able to process the papers and I was able to divorce him. So by the time I met my third husband, who was a nice gentleman from South Carolina, not from Philadelphia, no connection to anyone in Philadelphia, I thought, as I'm in my 40s, maybe this is a nice way to just have a nice, quiet, settled life with him.
Right.
And I'm trying to fit the love in. Like, I had more respect for this gentleman and I cared about him. But when you say you truly love someone, it's a feeling that you only get for that person.
Right.
It's an emotional bond. So I hope he never, ever hears this. But anyhow.
Hey, friends out there, if you know this gentleman, please tell him to cover his ears. We don't want to.
Oh, so
we don't want to hurt you, sir.
But all right, before you continue, what I am getting from hearing about all your marriages is the first marriage was your only love marriage, in addition to your soulmate. Like, you just found things you liked about the other people and you married them. Like,
yeah. Because I'm sorry, go ahead, Tish.
Is it because So for the friends out there who don't know, Miss Boyd is an older lady. So I'm gonna go back in time. Was it because back then being married was like, I don't want to say like the ultimate goal, but like that was your epitome of life, like to be married to somebody, be a wife, and all that stuff? Is that why you got married multiple times?
No,
Okay.
I am an older um, person. I
You
just had
don't look it though, but anyway.
I had a birthday yesterday.
Oh, happy
Oh
belated.
shit! Happy birthday!
She just turned 40, y'all.
My bad.
No, I'm way older than that. But anyhow, I grew up
Can't go
with
back
my
up.
parents, my
Mhm.
grandparents who showed us love all the
Example.
right?
Mhm.
So, out of respect, we're a very respectful family. My mother was one of 15.
Ooh,
Wow.
So, it was known in our values that you don't just be with a man to be with a man.
okay.
You're going to be with this one man for any period of time. You do the respectable thing and you marry them. We don't have we in our family we don't even have you know children out of wedlock. Now that the elders are gone, oh, it's okay. But before that,
And
it was
everybody's
just
loose legs.
not okay. So it's all about the way you're brought up
Right.
and the love that you have and the love that you received in growing up tells you how you love someone because it's basically the actions of those people that they give to you and then you know how to give back to someone. So if you're loving someone and you're just giving and it's not coming back, no, that's not the person that you should probably be in a relationship with. It should not be one-sided.
Right.
So that's why. Yeah.
Okay. So tell us about the last relationship. You hadn't established why you divorced this individual.
Yes. So we were together 20, maybe 23, 25 years. Um,
Okay.
very successful. Uh, big, beautiful home in Delaware. And everything was going fine. As the years go on, and I'm just saying all this to say I never had children, right?
Okay.
So, in not having children, it's just you and that person.
Mhm.
And so what I was finding is that I'm I'm very independent. I don't need a man to take care of me. I don't need somebody to give me stuff. I'm gonna take care of me by myself. I'm gonna
21st century woman living. Love it.
That's
Love
right. I don't need you for shit.
it.
right. So as time was going on, he was becoming more controlling and
Mm.
kind of demanding.
Mm.
And I'm thinking, hmm,
I don't need you.
You're right.
It's like,
So step
yeah, and
on.
I was getting older, and I'm like, I think, yeah. And we're friends to this day. Like, he
mhm,
calls me, all that we talk, because I have my mother in law, his mother, who I was very close with, and I still contact her, visit her, and he's around, but it just wasn't working out where I felt as though I needed to spend my later years in life being uncomfortable.
mhm.
Right.
So I decided that look, you can take care of yourself. He can take care of himself. So
And just
decided to and I divorced him. He was sad about it, but you get over stuff. So it's unfortunate to say that maybe it's me.
I think see now that's a lot of growing up. There are a lot of people they never because like there's a lot of relationships where people like they always trying to blame the other person. Not blame, but like when they look inside, like you're actually saying like you know what? It's like it's not them. It's me. And like and some people they have the thing where it's like I'm making this choice. And this choice has nothing to do with you. It's nothing that you did wrong. It's nothing that you're doing right. This is just for me and my benefit.
Right.
I apologize to hurt you, but like this is what it is. And like it takes a grown person to actually admit that, like, this is what I want. It's me.
Right.
Right.
And so I divorced him, and he was still trying to, well, maybe we should. I said, no, we shouldn't.
That's sweet. Like, are you sure? Are you positive? Like, can we work this out?
Right.
Oh, man.
And I never go back.
Mm.
Some people like go back.
I'm like
But I
that too.
say all that to say, for my soulmate, later years in life, I did get the opportunity to go back and have time with that person.
No, but the question though, can you really consider it? Because I'm with you now. I'm walking side by side right now. Like, so the thing is, I wouldn't consider that going back because you guys never really established and like got the relationship and got part going. So like y'all never like, it's not like y'all were dating and y'all broke up and said, oh, let's do this, that. Like y'all never established that to go forward with. So I feel like
you missed it.
This is that first, second chance.
No,
Man.
You missed it, Andrew. I think you missed it.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the marriage?
No, they were engaged. She mentioned when she was with the first marriage?
Before the second.
Before the second.
Her and her soulmate were engaged.
What I meant to say, they didn't get married.
Do the marriage. Okay,
they didn't
the
do
marriage
the
part.
So I don't consider that going back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I got you. I'm with you.
Yeah. So at least I got to spend and love that person for the years that I had with him.
Right.
And so that was, to me, a blessing because it was a lot of years
in between. If we do some real quick and dirty math, that was over what, 30 years?
Yes. And so I can say I knew my soulmate 45.
Wow.
Right. In and out my life for 45 years.
Friends out there, I understand. I'm trying to be modest here. She looks 40, so she's saying 45 years. Like it's.
I know. I know.
Look, 40.
No, I can tell you my age. I'm not a.
No. We never asked. Listen,
I'm not
asking. You are what you are. It's cool. 40, 35. Like Tish is still 25. She's been 25 since Penn State.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Say something different. I dare you.
Not at all. Listen.
All right,
my mom black. I know black. First of all, black don't crack. That's number one.
There's that.
Like, y'all have like the fountain of youth serum somewhere in there, whatever's going on. But like, it is what it is. But yeah. All right. So our main theme is like figuring it out. So like when you say like, so in your relationships, you're figuring it out, but like, did you just basically like figure out yourself in a sense? It wasn't even about the relationship. It was about, it's like you like, it was basically like, because like this is your story. So you're the main character, the antagonist, the protagonist. We say this all the time, but I'm all that for myself. I'm the antagonist, the protagonist, the best friend, the enemy, the stab you in the back or the hug you, like that. That's me, all for myself. I'm my best friend / worst enemy to myself. So like, so while you're figuring out yourself, like, what kind of like advice could you give for like romantics like me that want that? I don't think I found my soulmate yet because like I'm not married. So
no. Don't get it twisted. You don't have to be married to your soulmate. Okay,
I understand that. But if I found my soulmate, I would do everything to try to marry my soulmate. That's me. You know how Tish, you see me at Penn State, Tish, you know me. Like you.
But I don't know if you would, because I seldomly say I had a soulmate.
Okay.
And unfortunately, my soulmate has passed on. So I can't really, like, I felt like they were my soulmate, but I can't really sit here and say that was my soulmate because unfortunately, like I said, they passed on, never really got to. But I know when they were still here, like we had a connection, we had a bond that I'm pretty sure Ms. Boyd can attest to. Like when you have your soulmate, there's just a feeling they give you that no one else can give you, not even your kids can give you. And like nothing in, like I will give you this and this probably only. Your soulmate gives you that romantic feeling, that fairy tale, that lifetime Hallmark feeling, you know, where they play all that dreamy music. It's smoky, it's cloud, it's just revealing, you
Hey,
know,
this is
all
a
the
side of
stuff
Tish
I
I never
hate.
seen before. This is,
Oh
oh
yeah, because
man.
I can't stand it. It's
Oh gosh,
disgusting.
we have to get a part 3 and give Miss Boyd back to man.
But that, I feel, in my opinion, is what having a soulmate is like. Yeah, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, Miss Boyd. Just
You're,
saying.
you're absolutely correct. I mean, you blush,
Yeah.
you just feel good because that's the feeling that you get. But Andrew, I have to tell you that you may never find a
Mm.
soulmate, your soulmate. You see what I'm saying? You have to, you may look at people differently.
Sad face. Sorry,
And
Andrew.
that's bad because like I done went out of Philadelphia, out the states, out the country. I'm gonna have to go out the world find me a Martian girl.
Well, you
Oh, Lord.
ask yourself, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for
Ah.
what you guys described. I want that
And
feeling, that oh my gosh, like it's you feeling. Like I mean, I've liked a lot of people. I probably loved a lot of people too, but like I just haven't had that. Like I call it the I don't want to get too much into it now. I want to jinx myself. But like, all right, so I have this thing. I call it stages of like. So like, I've had one relationship. I've been in like probably 4 relationships, like actually like serious relationships. But
Mhm.
like I say like out of the 4, there was only one where like I call it, so my status like is like I like you initially when you like me initially and we build on that. Like but that's my thing. Now my other relationship was like I liked her and she didn't like me, and after a time I stopped liking her and then she liked me, so I call it the cat and mouse like stage of liking Chase. And I have one where like we didn't like each other at all, we were friends, and you're like, you know what, like we've been through a lot of crap together, like let's just try this crap together, and like that kind of worked a little bit. But like I've had that like that actual stage where like I like them, want to invest, they like me, want to invest, and we're doing it together like equally. Like it's not like a give or take, or like I'm like always been there. Like you said, like so when you love somebody, like you're willing to accept some flaws, or like they might get an attitude or some things where like if I can get past the attitude because I love everything else about you, something like that. Or like you're bad with money, but like everything else, you know how to cook, you know how to clean, you're cool, like we go out, we have fun, you're funny. Like it's not all about looks for me either. Like if you're like we're like I'm a loving family, I'm a happy family, we joke around, I just like bonding with my family. So like I'm like a family oriented, so my family don't like you, like I have one person where my family is like you try to take it away from my family, I'm like, my family, that's a big part of my life. So that's not happening. So everybody's different. But like, so I'm looking for that. I'm here now, you're here now, we're building together now. We have the same goals and the same track, doing the same things. I don't want to feel like I'm giving 95%. I mean, I will give 95%, but I want to feel like I'm at 95.5 all the time, or 99.19, 0.09 the other time. I want that. It doesn't gotta be 50-50. It's just like I want you to want what I want.
All
I
right,
want
Andrew.
what you want. I'm just trying to make it sick because like
yeah.
I'm trying to find that love, like y'all. Because like I don't think I'm
Well,
definitely not the
I have
soulmate's
to
not there.
say, I have to say, with the person who I finally identified as my soulmate, when I first met them,
It was.
I was attracted to him, and he would say to me, "Please leave me alone.
Oh
Why
wow.
do you keep bothering me? Why are you talking to me?" Right? So I'm like, hey, I like what I see and I'm interested. So I just, because I'm that kind of person.
She wore him down.
Yeah. Boldness. The boldness.
I guess I just wore him down. We just,
Said,
became friends. We
right.
became friends. And then after that, it was, oh, well, you want to go to a movie or. But otherwise, it doesn't just happen just like that. It
And
really,
I think that is a big part of relationships, period, whether it be romantic, platonic, or what have you. You need to be friends first.
right, right.
So listening to you, Andrew, like the whole cat and mouse thing, or you like them, they don't like you, like, nah, just cut that off. Just be friends. Like if you like someone, find out how deeply you like someone by being friends with them first. And then if you both have cohesive feelings for one another, then you try that. But don't be with somebody and be like, I like you, but they don't like me. Maybe we can work on it and you're gonna end up liking me. That I feel like is just
No,
a
so
recipe for
that's what I
disaster.
don't want. Like that's I just call, like I said, I call it the initial stages of like, because like
Okay.
you know you meet somebody like, because like, all right, so girls in general or women in general, when y'all meet somebody, like I feel like y'all zone us from the rip. I'd be like, all right, like he's dateable, he's husband material, he's just that, and then like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like y'all categorize it like, because you know like this boy don't got a chance. I'm gonna go out for the date. I'm gonna accept the drink, but like it ain't going past this drink right here. And that's before our friendship even happens. Like y'all ain't friends. He just trying to buy you a drink. So my thing is like, but that's what I mean though. Like, but you have that, like you have that connection where like you might be a coworker. You're like, you know what? Like you're funny. I like you. I like you. Like, all right, let's go get a drink to become friends and go out. But it's not like you like this coworker and you're trying to get with her like for 3 years now. She's still saying no. Like that. I mean, like that's not going to work for me. It's not going to work for me.
No, not 3 years in. If it's going to work, something's going to happen. It's going to happen, but I don't know. You'll know when, and you have to be able to listen, right? So not so much talk. Listen or ask questions to pull out of people who they are, what their expectations are in a man. For, right? So otherwise, how do you, because you can then make that decision right off the bat for yourself. Like, oh yeah, I'm not the one for her. She's looking for, because every woman is looking for what they know, because they're attracted to a certain look. They're attracted to, because there's always the first what you see.
Right.
Then you go beyond that. Yeah, but you have to listen to women. A lot of men don't listen.
No, they don't.
I listen too well, but that's just another story.
You
another story.
A lot. So how do you listen a lot?
She said, "Hey, Miss Boy, know you for about 25 minutes. Like you talk too much."
Oh, she said you Boy, talk a lot. How can you listen?
Listen, Tish wanted to say that for so long, just didn't know how to tell me. You just did it for her. Look at her. You see? Now, she like, I've been wanting to tell him that for the last 20 years. Finally, somebody on my side.
Like, I'm sorry. I was just making an observation.
Oh man, I'm done. I'm quiet for the rest of the show. I'm gonna practice listening.
Oh, because we want to hear from you. What are your expectations from, a relationship? Not so much love, but how do you define and what are your expectations? So
I'm back.
That's what we would like to hear from you.
Yo, just wait till we go off air. Yo, I'm dead. All right, Miss Boyd, we might have to make you, every time we talk about love, I just need you to be my buffer.
Okay.
This ain't working right now. Okay. All right, but seriously though, but no, I understand. And it's crazy, but like I think actually, like everybody has a past. And I think like me personally, like I think that I'm a catch for anybody that I get serious with. But at the same time, like this is a meat, like you said, like this is a meat issue where it's like I have stuff that happened to me to where I don't want to bring that to anybody's life either, or the stigma that comes with it, or make their life harder because of my situation. So I understand you shaking your head no, but like that's me, like that's a me thing. So I gotta find somebody that's going to accept that part of me, and then that's the one. Like once we have that conversation and they can accept that.
Miss Boyd, why do you have
that? Do you share that with them?
Or so after a certain amount, yes.
Okay, because you
have not right off the bat, because like that's a trust thing that you have to kind of build. So if I get there, like I feel like I want to get serious with somebody, like then we do have that conversation, and then from that conversation, it stems from like, can you handle this? Are you okay with this? Do you believe this? And then where do we go from here? Now, some people that's not strong, like, yeah, it's my breaking point. Nice knowing you. Love the dates. Vacation was great, but I got to go. And you got that, select few that's like, you know what, like, well, I know that's not you. I know this is whatever it is, and like we're gonna work this out, and I'm gonna stand by you as we're working it out. Then that's how I know that's the one. So like, I haven't found like that person yet. So I know I said, and that's a me thing.
Right.
Like there's people that may, if I shut up about it and not say anything at all, like I could be with anybody and like do anything. But that's the matter of like, that's not what I want. Like I want that, like I said, well, I wanted a 75 year. That ain't happening. I didn't get married at 20. So now I'm looking for that 50. So, but and then like I do want like for me, like kids is a factor because like I'm 36 now. Like I was dating a couple people that was like 40 and they already had kids and they had their tubes tied. And I know I want another one. So like that was a breaker. It was a good relationship. Everything was good there, but it was like a matter of she don't want no more kids. So like that's a deal breaker for me. And then you have the ones that maybe like, well, I can't say that because if I love somebody and they can't have kids, then you possibly could adopt and something like that. It's totally different. But I don't want to keep on talking because I feel like I'm talking a lot now. And Tish is like, oh, he's talking a lot now. But that's just me. So I mean,
Right. But you understand that every one of us comes with a story.
right.
Every one of us has our own individual journey, right? So that defines who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't, you're like segmenting different parts. Well, she's got her tubes tied and this, and I can't tell her this. Wow, you have a lot.
See, I have a lot. Exactly, I have a lot going on. But it's like Tish been trying to tell me this since sophomore year. You guys see some of our Facebook posts. She's like, I mean, it's her. It's her, and I call her the cousin. I used to call them the Burnett. But like, they used to like mentor me and like, listen, like, just get yourself together and then worry about that stuff later. Because like, she ain't it. She ain't, and like, and they know and see that they're not it before I know that they're not it. And it'd be crazy. But like, girls can see other girls. Like they know, like. Oh well, like I know that's not you. I know you're type. Not to say you got a type, but like I know that's not for you. Like, I want a girl that's gonna be nice for you. And like when I see her, like, because like most people, like they find like you said, like a friend introduced you like to a friend, and like you guys go from there. Like, hey, listen, like I got this friend, you're single. I got this friend, you're single. I think you guys would be a nice match. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that actually happens and it's good, but it's like that's like 1 out of 10 or maybe 2 out of 10. Like that's not happening every day. Like Tish ain't doing no oops yet. So
I don't have nothing to throw you. Like, I absolutely have nothing to throw you. Like, people used to do that back at Penn State. Yo, can you hook me up with one of your girlfriends? Who? Like, who? Just because I hang out with them don't mean you look, no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to be a middle because, like, not everyone's a success story. So, like, you throw the oop and then it's all good, then you don't get no credit because it's all good. But as soon as that don't work out, it's like, oh, because Tish hooked me up, man. You know how that went. So I understand.
It depends on what you're looking for in a woman. It really does. And at your age, you should know what that is and be able to identify it pretty quickly.
Or lower your standards. Just saying.
No, you see that you're never supposed to do. You are never supposed to water down or have lower expectations. That's called settling. And we will not settle. This ain't a courtroom. We ain't settling. If I'm worth $1 million, I want $1 million. I'm not selling for $950, $850, $750.
Look, if you hit 45 and you are not married, I think at that point, yeah, settling is just fine.
I know, no. All right, sidebar real quick. We're gonna do a sidebar. Miss Boyd, this is my sidebar. So I actually have a really close friend girl that I went to school with. And you ever heard like that? Like, if we're both single at 45, I think we said 50. If we're both single at 50, we're just getting married because like we're cool. So, I mean, hypothetically, we both should be married by 50, but like that's the thing. Like, if we're not married by 50, it's like we're just gonna say I do at that point.
There's too many issues with all this love stuff, and that is why I stay where I'm at.
Well, Tish, you need love in your life.
Yeah, Tish, you need love.
You can't just.
I love myself.
Tish.
Well, you have to love yourself first, but you still need it. It's just you as a human being, as an animal. You need love in your life, so I wouldn't discount it just because.
I'm not discounting it. I'll put it to you this way. I feel at this point in my life, being deeply in love and in a real deep relationship is just not where I want to be. I'm focused on other things, and unless I can find that person that's going to walk that line with me, go through it, put up with me and all of that.
Right.
Support. See, Miss Boyd, the problem is, Miss Boyd, she's not looking. I'm gonna tell you right now, in a couple of years, it's going to slap her right in the head and she's going to be in love.
Okay.
She ain't gonna be looking for it. It's not gonna be
Right.
when you're looking for it. It's
Not
gonna
when
find
you're
I'll
you.
never look for
looking for it.
nothing.
It's
Yeah.
gonna find you.
Yeah. It usually comes to you. So, and you're totally caught off guard, but embrace it when it comes because it's better than being by yourself. You want somebody there who loves and cares for you and supports you in whatever you choose to do. You know?
Peace be still. You know, and sometimes too, if we go looking, like if you keep on walking, and you go looking. Sometimes you got to stand still and let that person, like you said, find you. Because if I'm walking while you're trying to find me, I'm not where I'm supposed to be when you were supposed to be there. Then like that's my fault for trying to find and look. I'm gonna stay still. I'm gonna stay still for a year.
I was just about to say, are you talking to yourself?
I'm always talking to myself. I said I'm the protagonist, the antagonist. Like, come on.
Was that all aimed at you? I need to stand still for a
Man,
year.
no, that's
let
for
it
you
come
too,
to
though.
me.
You got to stand still, Tish.
Well, when you say stand still, what does that mean? You don't see anyone? You don't date anyone? Or
I mean, you can just work on you, so you're the best you could be when that time arrives.
I felt like you were ready to just like jam in there. I don't know. So, okay, here's a question. What is dating? I feel like it's a very simple answer, but it's not.
Yes, you're right. We got to be asking Miss Boy because, like, when I like, so all right, so it's different generations of dating, and like, because like there's dating, then like I know like the 20 like the millennial. Well, I'm a millennial, but like the I call them the tech babies. They got situationships, and like I'm like, what is a situationship?
I don't understand it. I'm like, so what is dating? Like to me,
like, or we're talking. Like, what is talking? Is talking dating?
I think so.
Miss Boy, what do you? Miss Boy, there's marriage, engagement, relationship, talking stage, situationship, friends, acquaintances. So, like, how do you determine like what's date? Like, what is considered dating?
Dating is when you or someone asks you to go out with them to do something.
Okay, so that's dating. But
would you consider that talking? Like dating is like the talking phase of a relationship.
Well, you are going to have conversation is the reason why you're dating because now you're going out on a date to get to know the person better.
Okay. Now, can you date multiple people?
You can when you're dating. If you're not married, you can date as many people as you want. But if you do that, then you're just doing nothing. Right?
Now that's for the girls now. I think that's my problem because like I've talked to girls where they're talking to 3 or 4 guys trying to determine who they want to be with, and that's not me. I'm talking to one person. If I don't like or bang with you, like then I'm moving on to the next person. I'm gonna give you all my attention. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. And if we can't make a cake, then I'm moving on to the next bakery.
Yeah.
What? What an analogy.
Women today, you know, it's interesting.
Are confused.
Yeah, they've lost respect for themselves, right? So you can't just date multiple people just because you want somebody to take you out and show you a good time. Basically, that's what it comes down to.
Right.
Dating one guy because you want to get to know that person. You want to have memories made with that person. That's all dates are.
Okay, so, memories.
Guys, if you're going to multiply yourself with other guys,
that's not like I got a friend out there. I'm not gonna give you my friend's name, but like she's an attractive female. She got it going on. She got her degree. She got a great job. But like her thing is, if she dates 5 people and she can go out to dinner every night, she goes, why would I not do that when I don't got to pay? Per se, I don't know what she's doing there, but like at the end of the day, like, she's right. Like they're paying car notes, they're paying rent. They're paying. Listen,
that's not right.
You know what?
Listen, I'm not saying it's right. I think it's wrong. I'm like, boo boo. I call it boo boo the fool 1, boo boo the fool 2, boo boo the fool 3 and 4.
Yo, I gotta find a ludicrous song. And throw that in there.
That's
that don't mean you're putting out. I mean, you might be putting out for 1 or 2, but like
not putting out. She's just.
I don't think I don't think it's a sense of like. I don't think there's no sex involved. I'm like, because that's the too. Like, you can't be having sex with multiple people. But like some people do. Some people like date people, have sex with everybody. Some people just talk to people and save themselves for marriage. I'm in like the save myself for marriage stage right now because I'm done with all the bullcrap. My daughter's 12. We're not doing that again. So it's like
okay.
I mean, so listen.
Not saying it's not possible, but I just feel like it's.
So you think it's not possible to like
No, I'm not saying it's not possible to go out with multiple people every day of the week and not
with
put
no
out,
sex being involved.
But in today's times, I find it highly unlikely.
So you attribute or connect sex to relationship or sex to talking. So if somebody said they're going out with somebody, you all assume that they're banging.
No, I don't assume nothing. But I'm just saying, in today's time, that's pretty much what everything is equated to.
See, I feel like people don't believe in marriage anymore. I feel like people's marriages are relationships that they should be working out before they actually get to that point of marriage.
Absolutely. And that's why I asked, what is dating? Because to me, dating is the getting to know you phase before you enter a relationship with someone. And then from that relationship, if you decide to go that far, you get married.
Right.
That's the idea I have. I think the waters have been muddled somewhere along the lines, and that's
I agree
why
with
we
you
have
like you know, like I was taught like
entanglements. Thank you,
Jada
Pinkett.
I said entanglement. I was taught basically like marriage is always the end goal. So like if I'm not talking to you to date you with the hopes of marrying you, like there's no fling for me. I'm not a fling. We're not banging here. We're not going on vacation. If we have no fruitful labors, if we're not trying to buy a house together, like we shouldn't even be talking. Like that's dead to me. Like I'm not wasting. I call that wasting time. Like I'm like please, like that's my thing. Like if you just want to date and just want to chill and have fun, make that your intentions clear from the beginning. Because I'm not the one for you. Like she said, like I can eliminate that from the rip. If you're not trying to get married, you just want to have fun. I'm not for you. What? So, but then some people won't tell you that from the rip. They won't tell you. I
was just gonna say that. What female in today's times is gonna tell you that?
Well, I'm going to come back to those females weren't raised right.
Right.
They have no respect for themselves. They have no idea what they're looking for. And they're using themselves just to gain something that's trivial. It's just so.
But and then to that point, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but also to the point of the end goal, what do you have to look at? Be real. Look at all the relationships that are out there publicized, even in your personal life. What do you have to look at? Like, I can speak for myself. My family, we don't really come from a whole bunch of successful marriages. Half of the marriages out there on mainstream are all messed up in some way or another. And, they put on a facade because they have to.
But like, I think that's mainstream though. Cause like I said, there's a few. No, but there's a few.
But I even said in my personal life, my family, I don't have what to look at. I don't have this family member to say, oh, this is what a successful marriage looks like. Let me go try to achieve that.
All right. So now, Tish, so real quick. So, all right. So Miss Boyd, so we had this relationship contest or not contest, but conversation come about because a lot of my close friends to me, they all got married this year. Like all of them. So I was going to a wedding like every other Saturday from like March, and my last one, I went to one in August, and I have one set scheduled for December. My other friend I went to school with, he's getting married to his significant other, and that's awesome. I was telling her that like these are my friends. I'm looking at them, and like when I look at these friends getting married, I can picture them with nobody else but the person getting married to, as their outside friend looking in. I'm like, it's a beautiful thing. I was telling Tish, like, that's what I actually want. Like, I'm looking for that. It's crazy. But like, so when people do get married, like she said, like the example, because like my friend that just got married on my block, she's my neighbor, but like she got married and then her parents have been together for 45 years. And the man that she married, even though his family's a pastor, they've been together for like 40 or 50 years. So the example, like the pastor was like, they had the foundation because there's over 120 years of marriage here that they have experience for that's going to help them succeed in theirs. Exactly. And then so like, but I don't want to discourage that too, because like just because like my parents weren't married, that don't mean that like I don't have that because my grandma was married for years. My great grandma was married for years. So it's like, like so it's definitely there, but you have that fundamental what you wanted to do. But I don't feel like even if you don't have the example, like you can still set the example or like see what it is. Like you know what you want.
It comes down to that marriage, you have to work at it. It is
Yes.
hard work. It's not the generation today wants everything so easy. They
It's
think
not easy.
everything comes so quick.
It's a snap. It's
They're
there. They cheat
there
on
are
somebody. It's
hills and
over.
valleys and this
Yeah.
and that. You can't just walk away because, oh, well, this is not for me. It's an individual thing. So it's hard work.
Yeah,
So
it takes two. It takes two.
yes, hopefully your friends that have gotten married will stay married.
Oh no, like that's what Tish was attesting to. Like I can honestly say, like none of them were rushed. Like my friend is about to get married in December. They've been together for 10 years. Like they went through college together. They did the breakup thing. They did here they separated for a little bit, got back together, and they realized that together they were better. So now they're getting married. Because
Right.
when that separation stage, like they could have like said we're not getting back together after the separation stage, but they did. And
Right.
I think too, like another thing for me is like I'm big on like relationship or not. Like I don't believe in cheating. I'm probably one of the very few guys that has never cheated or don't believe in cheating. But I don't
Yeah.
see the point. Like no, like there's no point in cheating. Like if you with somebody
Right.
and you want to be with somebody
Right.
else, just break up with that
Break
person.
up.
Like I don't
Yeah,
understand.
right.
Like just break up. Like why are you cheating? You can't have your cake and
Easier
eat it too.
said than done. And I said it
It's
then
not
and I'm gonna
easy.
say it again.
Evidently,
Yes,
you're not doing it for me. I'm looking over here, so like, bye bye. I'm going over here. It's that simple. To me, it's that simple. I mean, I don't do that, but it's that simple.
Yes. In the grand scheme of things, yes, it's that simple to say, hey, let's separate. I want to go mess with
See other
somebody
people
else.
explore the waters, whatever. I want to see if it's just you, but like, but
it's
I think that's why
not
marriage was
that
made for
easy.
younger people, though, because like right now, like when you have like multiple partners, you got all this stuff to compare it to that you technically, I don't think you should. Like, do you think people should experiment with other people before they
In
make a decision?
in what regards? Like in dating?
I mean, like, they,
Or-
I just feel like I feel like it's giving a part of yourself or your soul away. Like, if you're like 18, 19, 20, and you get married to your first love, your first marriage, y'all both virgins, y'all go through it together. There's nothing to compare it to. So all y'all trials, errors, experiences together. Like, if you got somebody that's 25 now and they got 10 bodies, I only got 2 and I'm 36. It's like the experience is not there. The apples and oranges is not there, and like it's not going to work.
So
Because
Are
that's
you
gonna make her want to
saying-
cheat. Because like say like
wait. Are you
Okay.
saying that people cheat only for the sexual
no,
part? of it?
it's more than like it's like it could be sexual. It could be that you with somebody that has a cap on their job and like they can't take you on that trip. So now you're cheating to go on this trip, but this guy that could drop 30 grand in your lap, buy you a new car at the drop of a dime. There's different ways to cheat. It don't gotta be just sexual, it's emotional. Like somebody might make you laugh. Like I feel like that's cheating. Like I gotta go to him over here and
Really?
make me laugh, make me feel good about myself. Because my
I
man
mean,
can't do
like, don't get me wrong, I do in some regards agree, but like finding someone else that makes you laugh but still being with you is cheating.
that. I mean, it depends. Like what? All right, so like, and that's it. Like, so your intentions and their intentions can be two different things. Like I'm never controlling. So like, my girl could go talk to another guy. I know nothing's gonna happen. I trust her. But like guys, I don't trust guys because like they might take that kindness and be like, oh, put a couple of drinks in here, make her laugh. Oh, it's too late. Now you can spend the night. And now they trying some stuff, but it's not her fault. Like it's a lot of different scenarios that go on in that. But you gotta have trust in your partner. Like you gotta trust your partner. Like if you have doubts about your partner, you shouldn't be with that person. That's just me.
That's true. You got to trust them. If you don't trust them, you can't really be with them because you don't know what they may do, and that's going to hurt you, and you don't want to get hurt. But yeah, most guys, come on, it's it's the way of the world.
That's
Guys
true.
just
Yeah.
think they see something pretty and they, oh well, let me just try this strawberry because this chocolate is okay, it's all right, but this strawberry, I
Boy
got
said, let me try that strawberry. Throw a little bit of chocolate on there real quick. I'm dead. Oh God. No, I agree. I agree with her though. Like, I agree. And like I said, like it don't gotta be sex. Like you said, it could be like
Right.
I see like you seen Tyler Perry's Temptation?
It's been a minute. Oh, what, the
Where
TV
like
show?
no, it's a movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
But it's like the guy from the House of Pain and Janae Smollett. I actually love her. But anyway, long story, disclaimer there. But anyway, but they had a good relationship. They were getting married, but then she said that it was like a church thing, and she was bored. Like she was like, I come home, we both come home, we clean, we watch TV, and like they've been doing that for years. And she got this new boss who was taking her to Hawaii, Jamaica, there, and then like he started off innocently, because she's going on these trips. But then when they got to the Mile High Club, he put her in the Mile High Club. And then when she got back, then her husband wasn't doing it for her now because she experienced the Mile High Club. And her husband's never going to go to the Mile High Club. But the scenario is not always green on their side, because at the end of that movie, I'm not meaning to ruin it for y'all, but she got AIDS for messing with that guy. So that's a hard lesson learned there.
I think I did.
Hard lesson learned. But at the end of the day, but he loved her. Even when she had the AIDS, he loved her. He was like, you're my wife. You're who I married. And like, that's not going to change. And then she had to love herself after that. After that, she had to come, love herself. But that's my thing too. So like, you can't really, different ways to cheat is there. Temptation is always going to be there. It's just a matter of, are you strong enough? And like Ms. Boyd said, do you trust your partner? Trust is everything. Trust and communication is two things. Because even if like, you could talk like people like, oh, your past is Denzel. Like every black woman's past. Like, if Denzel came, my husband said, I'm good for Denzel. Or if Will Smith came, I'm good for Will. It was like, but that's a funny hall pass. It's funny. But you're not going to relate. The odds of that happening are slim to none. Unless Will Smith break down in Philly and he's at your door. Like, but I mean, it's crazy. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, like, when you find someone that you love and care about, you're not going to cheat. You're not going to drift.
You're not going to hide from that person.
Right. And if things get boring, then you have to make it.
Spice it up a little bit. Just try something new on this date night. Just go on date night again. I mean, you gotta
want to share yourself with someone.
And you're saying that's for your soulmate?
Yeah. For your soulmate. Well, for me, my 3 marriages, they weren't considered my soulmate, but I would never cheat on them.
Mm-hmm.
Out of respect for myself. You go outside, you don't know where these people, who they are, what they got. I'm not doing that. So it's all about who you are as a person, and what you can look in the mirror at yourself and say you did or you didn't do.
Yeah. But what Tish is saying now, like with the women today, like I don't know. I'm not gonna blame it on mama. I don't know if daddy's in the house or not, but like you said, like women aren't being raised right, and then men and boys aren't being raised right. So we have this generation where it's like, I call it a no holds bar. Like nobody has no values. Nobody really wants kids right now. Like everybody's for them. Everybody's like, I'm not trying to get married. I don't want to be tied down to one person. And like, where did they get this notion of being tied down? Like, how is marriage being tied down? Or I can't live my life because I'm tied to one person. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that one person should be your world. Like, I don't understand like how
it's all they see on reality TV. Unfortunately, reality TV controls everything. So all of these, unfortunately, for a lack of a better term, trash shows, these hip hop, whatever, love and hip hop, whatever, housewives or whatever, all they're seeing, and this comes to not being able to differentiate that show is not real.
Right.
And that when those cameras are off, those people are completely different. But I say that to say, when they watch these shows, all they're seeing is these relationships, these broken relationships, because this person stepped out on that person, or because this person has an interest in someone else. And they're like, oh, I just want to be a boss chick. I just want to live by myself. I want to be tied down with no kids, no man. So that's all they're seeing. So now that translates to today's generation. That's all they want to do. All they want to be.
See, now I get mad because, like, man, I love music. I'm a musician. I love music. I don't like the fact when people, not say, I mean, music is really the truth. Like when you write, like me, I write. So I write about relationships and love, and like I write. That's what I do. But like I get upset when these like female rappers are rapping about getting stuck with this, with that, this, that. But then, like you said, when the cameras are off or they're not on stage, they got a loving husband at home with their babies in their house, and that's not who they are on stage. So, but then the girls looking at this, they don't see that part because they just, like you said, they just see what mainstream sees, like what's in front of them.
They don't.
But that comes down to how you're being raised.
Yeah. How you're being raised and not taking into the account the world we live in. It's just capitalism. They're just making money. It has nothing to do with who they are as a person. This is how they provide for themselves. It's just capitalism at its best, and it's destroying This the world.
Yep.
I'm not even going to say the United States, but when you travel abroad, you don't get this kind of
No.
and sweet. You don't get this nonsense. It's only here in the United States that people have
Miss
lost.
Boyd, I got a question for you because like sometimes you've been to I traveled out the country, you've been out the country. Now so in some cultures, or some people say it's like mean or bad or whatever case may be. But like, how do you feel about like if somebody's from like India or the Islamic faith where they put together the arranged marriages where like and they're actually super successful with the arranged marriages? Like somebody you don't know, they pair you up and y'all just make it work. It's like, what do you think about like? Have you experienced that or seen that like in your travels?
Yes, I have seen that. I have been to Indian weddings in Bangladesh,
Mm-hmm.
and it works because it's their culture.
Mm.
They are born and raised to know this is your role, and we are going to find that man, and you are going to come together with him. So it's so interesting as a culture when the wedding day, when you think usually the woman comes in and the groom is up by the minister. No, no, no. The wife, the bride, is in a room, sitting, dressed, teed up, dressed with her head down. She has to be quiet. She doesn't speak. And the groom is brought out in this big flamboyant parade behind him, and he sits up on the altar on this throne. And then she's brought out still with her head down. Her maids are taking her up there, and they sit up on that throne separated, and she doesn't look at him, and he has a big smile on the face. It's cultural. So they know their place, they know their role, and they get married. They don't know each other, and they make it work.
Mm-hmm.
We can never do that here because we have freedom of speech. And oh my God, you can't do this, you can't do that. And so, what people aren't doing here, they're not getting married because they don't have to get married. Why should they get married? What difference does it make?
Right.
What are you going to do? Legally, you can't make me get married, right?
True.
Right?
Yeah, it's true.
So we have no culture, and it's probably because United States is like a melting pot. So these different areas, the Jews, they kind of do their own thing.
They do.
The blacks, they're out of control. The Hispanics are taking over. The Irish, wherever, whatever. So it's very sad. I worry for the children.
Mm.
And so do we.
I worry. Yep.
Now, I completely agree. Now, unfortunately, it has been a wonderful conversation, but we have to come to a close. But before we do, we'd like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
Whew. Now, what book are you currently reading?
Oh, I'm currently reading probably 3 books, actually.
Nice.
At once?
Right. Warren Buffett,
Ah,
Snowfall,
okay.
700 and some pages, but I'm reading about that.
Okay.
My other book was The Ones I Choose. No, The Ones You Choose, that helps you to understand how things and situations come in your life that you never expect. But you chose that, and you chose to have people in your life to help you with that situation. It's a real interesting book. And then my third one I just got was Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown, which is a book that she wrote last year, I believe. It talks about happiness and who you are. I'm very into nonfiction rather than fiction books.
Okay. Nice.
All right, so another one for me, Miss Boyd. From your perspective, what age do you think someone should have life figured out?
50.
Why 50?
Because your 20s, you're still very immature.
Okay.
By your mid-30s, you're starting to figure out, oh, okay, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do. And then by 40, you know, okay, this ain't going to last forever. 40 now, this ain't going to last forever. And so that gives you a decade to really hone in on your life, where you are, and how you're going to spend that last chapter of your life. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Pretty interesting response. I'm not mad at it. Now, excuse me. If there was one thing you wish you had figured out earlier, what would it be?
Oh wow. I guess for me, it's going to be around love.
Okay.
And how to love but protect myself.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. And then for me, I have another one for you real quick. What is a key takeaway that you hope people gain from listening to you and your journey or your story?
Oh wow, that's a good question. That life happens. There are things that happen in your life that are totally unexpected, but you have to embrace it and move on. And I hope that people understand that everybody defines situations and life differently. There's no standard.
Very good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Andrew is in awe of you. And
I'm
I'm
a romantic.
sorry.
I appreciate that because like she validated what I was saying, to where it's like I'm a soulmate is out there. If I find that person or not, that's it is what it is. But like the person is potential, and all I need is potential.
Mm-hmm.
All I need is that I'm a dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen one day, someday. Who that person is, lucky person out there. I think I found you, but we'll see.
If you don't find about 50,
see.
Yep.
We shall see.
Yep.
But no, I'm all for it. Miss Boy, I appreciate you. You sharing with us, because some people be like, like I like it because like you're non-judgmental. Because some people are like, oh, you were married 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm like that. Listen, your story ain't my story. Yes. Your shoes ain't my shoes. Your road ain't my road. You don't know what happened in my life. Right. So that would have been different if I got married and killed 7 of my husbands, took half of their stuff and heard it all. Now that's a different, that's a Lifetime movie now. Like, I mean, right. So, but you're just, saying like life happened. Like, like you were in love, like that didn't work out. And like, you married for the sake of like being married, but not for the fact that you was with that first love. I call it chasing the first love. Right. I think everybody always chase their first love and compare it to their other relationships. And I think that's the fault in the other relationship, because like, you're always trying to compare it to that first, that first Kool-Aid. You drunk Kool-Aid, whatever one you drunk first, that's your flavor. Like, what is wrong with
you? Analogies. Oh my goodness. I've got to get a clip of you and just all your analogies.
I know.
They're just ridiculous. but okay. But
God. Friends, it has been great. We had the lovely Miss Boyd here. She taught us a lot, and like this will not be the last time she will be here, because like when I need backup, I'm calling Miss Boyd. But at the same time too, it's 50-50 because Tish, she got her shots in today because Miss Boyd said some stuff that she's been wanting to say for a long time now. A long time. But anyway, y'all, but friends, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can revisit episodes and figure it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Our hope is that we helped you figure something out today. But until next time, peace and love. Make sure you stay on your river, stay in them banks, because the water that was yesterday and in some other cases 45 years ago ain't the same water that we drinking tomorrow and today. So on that note, peace and love, guys. Thank y'all for listening.
Peace out.